there!
We can't let him get away!
Too late, fool! You will not escape! Us? What in the name of... Gary?
I'm sorry, okay? I hadn't prepped this part of the dungeon yet. I haven't had the time.
But you don't suffer from this, do you? For more than 2 years, you've helped us to enhance our tools, grow our map libraries, and given us a warm welcome in the community of map makers and game masters. We are honored to be part of this community, and all we can say is thank you.
Bring it on.
Welcome everyone. It's another Thursday evening here in Vienna, which means it's welcome to the Mapness. My name is Till, and I am one of the founders of DGNFOG, and I'm here to prep my game, or usually I'm here to prep my games for my Friday games, my office games. I am kind of prepped for the next few office games, so I'm already working in advancement, which means that you're welcome to join. This is kind of a casual stream. I'm making maps. You're throwing suggestions at me. Together we're trying to build a map and figure out if we can find new methods and new techniques to create maps. And hi everyone, hello. Right, so first of all, it's a spoiler warning. We're building a map for Tomb of Annihilations, especially in the tomb. So if you're currently playing that and your game master does not want you to know about those things, I would highly recommend not to watch the stream tonight. Sorry. But we are building one map for the Tomb of Annihilations. So just a spoiler warning. If you are part of my gaming group, get out now. Otherwise you would spoil yourself, and I think surprise is part of the fun. Not knowing what you're facing is part of the fun of playing D&D. So just be aware, we are tackling Tomb of Annihilations, a tomb map tonight, and we're most likely not going to work on the map directly, but something that I want to do with it. So just, again, a little warning up front. Right. Next thing before I go into map making, I want to do a little announcement. There is going to be our Map Battle Madness is going to be next week. It's going to be in 7 days from today. It's Thursday at 6 p.m. UTC, which means 8 p.m. Vienna time. Our big event takes place. What is the Map Battle Madness? Well, as you can see, it is a joyful fight between Guy Sklenders from How to Be a Great GM and myself, and we are going to find out who is the better map maker. The whole thing is going to be moderated by our beloved friend Mayri Stritter from Orkenspalter TV, and she's going to be our referee. She's going to be like a moderator, and she is going to help you figure out what topics are you throwing at us, because the big challenge is neither Guy nor I know anything about the map that we have to do. This is going to be decided on a random roll table, and you are going to help to decide that. And every 30 minutes, there's going to be a small challenge added, like, for example, another room that we have to create to a specific topic. So the goal is within 3 hours, we have to create that map. We have to work 5 additional challenges into the map without knowing what the main topic of the map is, without knowing what the challenges are. Yeah, great. Sounds fun, does it? Well, for you maybe, but I'm shivering. It's also, what else is going to happen? Well, if you want to work alongside with us, so you can join the competition yourself, we're going to post all the roll tables and the results so you can work along. Those maps you can submit, and the community can then also kind of vote a winner from the submitted maps. But our maps, so the maps from Guy and myself, will be posted after the event, and you have then 7 days to vote for the winner, because 1 week after the event, on September the 30th, will be the awarding ceremony, where we don't know until the last minute who has won, because you're voting, you're deciding on the winner. So we will, very much like the Oscars, we will then, on September the 30th, learn that I am the winner, of course, and Guy will be defeated. That's how it's going to roll. Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing the visuals. So keep that in your calendar, mark that in your calendar, go to our website at, oh my God, I haven't reserved the link. Map Battle Madness. Let me quickly bring up the link. There you go. So there you find all the details. At DGNFOG.com/mapbattlemadness, it's a little landing page explaining the rules, explaining the events, the schedule. So next week, September the 23rd, is going to be the battle itself, where Guy and I will draw the map. And September the 30th then will be the awarding ceremony, which means that Chris can celebrate his birthday together with me celebrating the victory. I'm going to get roasted. I know already that I'm going to go blank because of the stress and the pressure, and Guy is going to roll the event. However, I will do my best. Okay, so enough of announcements. Let's go into what we are planning for tonight, and that is map making. And before we go into the actual map, let me explain a little bit what I am intending to do. So again, spoiler warning, don't follow anymore if you don't want to know what's happening in the Tomb of Annihilations. With that said, you had your warnings. Now lean back. This is one of the levels, and this level, when you kind of proceed through the tomb, it is, I think, level number 5, and it's called Gears of Hate. So I am going to make this specific map. Hi, good afternoon to Canada. I'm going to create this map on another occasion, not today. Because what I want to do today is, this is a pretty good map. From the map design, I think this is quite a solid map. What I can do to enhance this is, those gears are turning. So the layout of the dungeon with the entrances and exits is mechanical and can change, which can put a lot of stress and pressure on the game master, because how on earth are you changing level setups, level designs with a mechanically changing dungeon if you're, for example, running it as a print game? In Dungeon Fog, it's quite simple because we could build those rooms as rotatable objects and you can just rotate them. However, that's not the topic of today's stream. There is another thing that I want to explore today, and that is the water area. Because what's happening here, apart from terribly confused players who do not know how to operate those gears to find their way out of the dungeon, what else is happening on this level is those gears are, to me, it feels a little bit like you know, those nuclear power plant water cooling areas. So those gears are on giant mechanical contraptions that are protruding into the water. And you can take a boat and explore the water. You can enter this cage and be you know, put down into the water. So you can go underwater there in this kind of shark cage, because underwater, and that is kind of, I think, hinted by those little sparkly dots, are a lot of glowing crabs. And they are, to some extent, there to feed an aboleth that is swimming in the water. Lowered. Thank you, forecaster. So when you're lowered down into the water in this cage, you can see that in the murky water, there are those shiny little dots that seem to move around, which you can identify as those glowing crabs. But the big monster in the water is an aboleth. And it's a little bit of a quirky aboleth. He has a little bit of a personal disorder because they can shift between a young girl from the mental state or the monster. So it's a little bit it's a little bit of a weird encounter. You can play this as a complete social encounter, or you can make this an enormous monster encounter. And I was sitting there and I was thinking, well, I would like to have my players explore and encounter the aboleth, but I want this to be a very claustrophobic feeling of exploring those waters. So I'm not really happy with this as a battle map because of the fact that it doesn't really work as an underwater encounter map. So what I started, and I'm not happy with it, but what I've started is I have created a side view of this area, which means that my players could be coming from somewhere here if the cage is lowered, or they could, I kind of tried to hint the those mechanisms, those gears, the shadows you can see here in the back. They aren't really important because you can, like, the thing is, it's not really 3D. We can do two things. We can make it top down, then we can play with the position of the gears, or we can have it up front. Then the gears aren't really interesting, so you can't really go and hide behind a gear. Well, maybe we can figure out a way to make that work. But I said, okay, let's ignore those mechanical contraptions. Let's put them as spooky shadows in the back, while the front area is basically where the players are going deeper and deeper and deeper down. Because I think from a player perspective, that is interesting. That is something where you say, okay, let's switch maps for a second. And then you bring up this map, which has a line of sight. I think because it's murky water, we can reduce the line of sight quite drastically. Would be neat for the light green paths to be angled. So those actually, again, those aren't really light paths. The dark, and maybe we need to work that out better. It's a very rough layout. Those are the axis of the gears. So there are those three gears. If you remember, there's 1, 2, and 3, and they must be, because they are turning, so they must be on some kind of axis. And this axis is the dark areas represent them. They are the shadowy remains of the gears in the back. And I'm pretty sure that we can work out a way where this works better, where this looks cooler. But now the players go into the water. They probably have a line of sight underwater. I don't know what you would say. I would give them 20 feet because it's murky. It's not fresh water. It's industrial water. So if they have a line of sight of 20 feet, they basically can go here and they will see nothing but probably some bubbles coming up. And they should always see that it is getting darker below, which means that I think this creates a lot of tension. And if they go deeper down, then they might encounter the aboleth, and they might also see the glowing crabs. I have no idea how I'm going to make them, because we don't have we don't have crabs as props yet, and B, we definitely don't have them from a side view, because that actually is something that puts a little bit of a, let's say, challenge to this map, is what props can we use from a side view? Apparently, 90%, 99% of Dungeon Fog assets are intended to be top-down. So that's what I'm trying to do today, and you're more than welcome to throw your ideas at me, and I will do my best to incorporate them, and we can always discuss and see if something works or doesn't work. Okay, let me quickly explain what I did so far. Well, as you can see, let me just bring up the whole stage. So there is a room here, and as you can see, the stage itself is the ground. So I just used the ground texture, and then I have used one room, and this is the room, to define the water area. And in this room, we have now several things. Let's look at the my grid. I didn't use the map grid because A, I wanted the map grid to be only in the water area, and B, if you use the regular grid, let me see, where's my regular grid? It kind of gets hard to see in the lower areas. So up here, perfectly fine. Down here, not so much. And even though I can activate the inverted thing, it's kind of, that's too much. So I was facing the problem of how can I make that work so that you have the grid in the upper area and in the lower area visible. And what I did instead was I actually created, let me go back in here. Oh, no, wait, let me hide the grid first. Let me go back in here. I've created two brush strokes. You can see there is one brush stroke here and one brush stroke in the whole area. And the one, I can't remember which one. Yes, this one. So the lower brush stroke I made in white, and the upper brush stroke I made in black, and then I kind of blended them a little bit. And because I am using those as regular brush strokes, they can receive light, which is what we can see here, where the light sources still receive a little bit of that. And so we can create this kind of cool underwater glowy effect. Right. So that's what I did here, and then it's getting quite boring. I've placed a few water bubbles here and there. I think I should do a lot more of them and in much more detail. I have used smoke. I'm not sure how helpful it is though. It's almost invisible. Let me bring it up. I was thinking about using the smoke to create more of the murkiness, to make it more, yeah, you know, disturbed underwater stuff. And I feel like now it's looking cool, but we might need to reduce it a little bit. Yeah, I think that works better. And then I have just added several layers of black to create this kind of feeling of death. And that one is, oh, right. Those are my towers, my cogwheel towers. Craft Crazy says green U. You mean generally? Yeah, there you go. Look, what we could do is we could at the end we could add some color grading options to the whole thing, and we could pick something like, there should be green hue, green tint. Ooh. Thick green. Ooh, nice. I like it. Green hue for the smoke, you were saying. Okay, got you. So we can, at the end, we can finish this up probably with some color gradings. For working here right now, I will not use it, but you are correct. I could go in there, get my smoke, and change the color. Ooh. Maybe desaturate it a little bit. That was a great suggestion. Thank you very much. Look at that. Yep. I think it could be darker though. That's great. I will use that. Which means that we actually should also colorize our water bubbles. So I wasn't happy with the water bubbles in the first place. This was kind of thrown in there. So let me just grab one. And no, that's a very... So let me grab that one. Are you still... You're not really seeing it. I'm sorry. If you want me to zoom in, don't just throw in the chat. Please zoom. And I will zoom in for you. So there we have, they are actually intended to be top down, but I figured that if I keep them small enough, no one will notice. And I can always just thinking, I could create them out of another prop, but I think they work fine. But if I go in and colorize them, and I think they could be more in the, yes, something like that. That's a bit hefty. I think that works better. So now I could go and make that like, whoop, but we are going to mirror it. So it has a little bit more of variety, and that's maybe wondering if I could do. Yep, that worked good. Okay, so I think that looks much better. I'm still not convinced. Yeah, that's better. Put a small volcano at the bottom as where they are coming from. Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. So we could go in and split that wall a little bit here. There you go. By the way, I'm not sure. if we want to wall type advanced. I think it works. We need to see that at the whole picture. I think that works better actually. What do you think? Do we want to have an inner shadow? It kind of clashes a little bit then with the volcano. Or do we want to have it without shadow? Okay. Let me just quickly, before I forget, let me create my bubbles folder. And let's, oh no, wait. Shit. Okay. So there's one left. I think that's this one. And now are we good? Let me move. Yes, we're good. Okay. So I can put it up a little bit. Okay, so let's put you in there as well. So we can do the same thing. By the way, here is, if I read correctly, at the bottom is something like a drain. I'm not really sure. It reads as if, I need to read it up again, but I know that there is some kind of drain at the bottom where the crabs are kind of collecting around. So before I forget, we are going to add, and I think here we're going to find a lot of stuff in the sewer pack. Sewers, there you go. And we can use the drain. And with bars is even better. Okay, which means that we can take our bubbles once more and put them over here. So they're also gurgling out of that area. And then let me go, sorry, I need to zoom out once. I do have a feeling that they're coming from here. So I know already that I think one of the groups went down, so they are almost there. They're going to see this very soon. And I'm kind of confident that the other group is taking the same route. So this is, I would say this is their way of entrance. They're coming from here. And that's why I'm going to create one more volcano thingy here. If they're really coming from there, and it is so steep and deep, they're probably not going down. And I want them to go down because I want them to die. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a little cliff. Whoop, stop, don't do this. We're going to create a little cliff. Probably even further in here. Which allows me to put another little volcano circle. That's too big. here. Yes. And I would say because this is kind of still in the light area, so plants can grow here. Let's see if we can put some pirates. I think there should be something that I could use. Corals, what about you? Oh, yeah. Okay, I need to stop doing all of this above walls. And I'm going to desaturate it because we want to get the impression that this is underwater. Although I felt like... No, that's not okay. And there should be kind of stone, snow, seagrass. Yeah, I can work with that. Because if I remember I already did that once and I think that looked quite good. I'm stacking that. It looks like one of those algae that is growing up. And let me group that seagrass. And let's shrink it down a little bit. Oh, damn it, I did it again. Come here. So let me just quickly revert all of that. Above wall, gone, above wall, gone, above, gone. Why are you doing this to me? We do not know. Okay, it's just a rendering thing. And if I'm wondering if I'm making one of those bones leftovers from the aboleth, maybe even in the mud like a fossil. Yeah, I think we should do that. I think we should do that, but I want to darken them. And oh no, yeah, yes, darken and transparency. We're going to do transparency too. And getting lighter to the top. Oh, look at the 3D effect here. And now let's make them. What did I do? 60, I think. Yes. Okay. And now we're going to do almost the same thing. We're going to darken them at the bottom a little bit and then lighten them up to the top. Looks good. I'm liking it. And let's flip you horizontally so there is more of that. And I think you might be better suited here. Yes, you are. Okay. So we have bones and leftovers from the aboleth. Do we want to have them already here? kind of, by the way, the grass works really, really well. So we're going to make one bigger one, desaturate a little bit. I can leave you above walls. Yeah, I think that works above walls quite well. Bones. Do we want to place some here already? Kind of giving them an early warning? Or do we want to keep them unknowing, unexpecting for later? I mean, we should definitely throw some bones down here. Ribcage. I just saw it while I was... yum, 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 yum. So this is, I don't know, well, it's Tomb of Annihilation, so someone was so kind and threw a Triceratops in there. Bones. Let me see, what else do we have here? I think we have quite some nice... I'm still standing! Or even better, we could be like, no, I'm dead. Oh, Giblix. That's... Welcome on board. Welcome on board the please let's kill my players ship. Having mimics down there. Okay, so this is a human body. And luckily, it looks... We could even... We could... you know, this prop was intended to be something like on a, you know, on a cross. But certainly it works quite nice as lying. Okay, I'm lying here. I'm dead. What about you? Yeah, that one could be leaning here. Like, I never made it out of here. That's a little bit too unnatural. Like, let's just do some... Let's clutter some bones down here. And that one would be working if we'll lay it down a little bit. Hey, Alex. Nice to hear that you're happy. Welcome. We're building a side view map today for an underwater encounter. And we're having fun at placing dead bodies at the bottom of the lake. That one could be like, you know, like those bouncing things. It's always floating up a little bit because of the bubbles coming out, and then it's kind of tipping over and falling back. So there's a floating skull that kind of looks as he's still animated. Handbone, I can't really use you. Femur, I think ulna. Jesus, Tony, you're amazing. Okay, and let's have... I'm just cluttering here, some bones here and there. What could we do there? Spiked bones? Nope, they don't work here. It's large, invisible down here, and can read minds. What am I would be even creepier. I'm big, I can read your mind. And I'm down here with you somewhere. What am I? Okay, I think no, go away. I think that one worked quite well. So we're going to use that probably to cover up the poor fellow a little bit. I think down here, we need to emphasize that this is dark, which means that if we are doing all the darkening stuff down here, we should actually also make all those things a little bit darker. Well, not too dark. My players should still recognize it. Well, actually, I'm quite stupid because I can achieve all of that with lighting, so I don't really have to care about that. Hay flavor, stalagmites. Ooh, nice. Unfortunately, top down. I don't know if we have stalagmites that are stalagmitey. Let's see what we have in the caves. Like that's my fallback problem all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, we could use that, and then I realize, oh no, we've created that for a top-down view. So we can't really use it. But let's see. Cave. What do we have here? Underwater mushrooms. I don't know. Fern, a miner, pickaxe, pond, purple, silver, stalagmites. Yeah, there you go. Unfortunately, they're top down, so I can't really use them. Support beam. Do we know the support beam down here? I don't think so. Let me just quickly... We'll come back to that in a minute. I wanted to... It's not very populated down here. I think it can be a bit barren, but I do still want to emphasize at some points, and I think that's going to work quite nicely with those, the perspective depth of what's happening here. So we're going to do things like that. And now this one actually needs to be even. Less visible. And we can work with the tip here. Whoop. Okay. I think that's good. There's something here that should be like that. Okay. Crumbled rocks. I agree, Lord God. That we need. So let's go for rocks. Wastelands. Oh, wow. Nope. Rocks with chains. I think there are some of them. But there should be some without chains, though. Okay, so we need to go into the wasteland. Because there I think there's something that I can use for stalagmites. Yes, exactly. So we have the rock spikes. How about that? We need to change the color. So we need to desaturate it quite drastically. Let's put that in front. And mirror. Ooh, they work great. Look at that. Kind of have to stop before I'm decorating the whole wall with that. Nah. Where do I put you? Here, I'm going to put you. Here, there you go. Okay, then let's do the same thing here. And maybe here. And I agree, that looks amazing. It's too much. Look at that. It's always pointing in that direction. So we need to create more variety here. So we should be combining different. Okay. So what about those with the chains? Maybe I also wanted to look at them. Nah, they don't look so cool. That one might be cool for the cliff though. I don't know. I'm just playing around. I'm just experimenting, but I think it is not going to enhance. Oh, but that's going to work. Could be almost a clam. Huh, maybe we can create a crab out of those things. Okay, let's do crabs. Well, I think it's okay. Well, we don't have crabs, so that's the best we can come up with. Let's get even more creative here. Where's my... Okay. Yeah, it works. I think people will buy it. Because it's tiny crabs. So yeah. Okay, we have crabs. So what we need to do is they are like those white glowing. But white is too much white. Like that's too much. So they should be in a bluish. I think that would be something like that. A little bit brighter, maybe not. So let me adjust that. 180, 160. I think that's going to work. 180, 100. And I forgot to push the colorize button. So once more, 180, 160. Colorize it, man. 180, 160. 180, 160. And now we're going to cheat. Go away, go away, go away. Okay, so that is going to be my glowing crab. Plus, yeah, it definitely gets a plus. Rock spike, floating rock, floating. Nope, that one. Nope. Yeah. What? Wait. What? Yes. Okay. Confusion. And I think I'm missing that one. No, I'm doing stupid stuff here. Floating rock. Which one? That one. Get out. And that one. Get out too. So now it works. Now I just need to find this one. There you are. Yes. Crap. Okay, and ideally I should now have a glowing crab down there. I never thought that I would have this. I was really like, oh no, they are going to be a narration part of the... And they are kind of always sitting around. That thing... I like playing Lego. Actually, I think I was 36 when my family decided that it is just ridiculous to still gift me Lego stuff for Christmas and my birthday. So I love playing Lego, especially my daughter is now too old. Like, that's so uncool now to play Lego. But I had a lot of fun building Lego with her. Now we're doing a lot of Minecraft, which I think is kind of the 21st century Lego equivalent. Okay. Yoo-hoo, I'm writing that too. And I think we're going to have... Making them light sources, I didn't want to do that in the crab itself because I wanted to duplicate that quite often. So this is going to be something that we're going to do with an external light source. Okay. Man, I should have made a screenshot to have something like a before and after because you guys rock tonight. So many great ideas. I think we should, nonetheless, we should some of them. Although I don't think, is it visible? I'm not sure. Yeah, a little bit. You can see a difference. So I'm going to flip them. Some of them. Okay. Enough with the crap. Fishies. Why not? Sure. I mean, I do believe that there wouldn't be fish in there with an aboleth hunting and industrial stuff, but I think we can abandon this kind of realism a little bit to emphasize on the water effect here. So let's see if we have fish that are actually not swimming top down. And I kind of fear... They work. So they might be somewhere. Let's do them on the opposite. Let's do them here. We're always decorating the one side. Can they come out of the... Yes, they can if I am sending them. Whew! Why do I need to send you? First of all, you go away. And if I could send you... Come on, go down. You're not liking me tonight. Okay. Now it's working. We're sending them beneath the smoke. Yes, that's where I wanted them to be. Which are mutated anglerfishes. Oh. Can I mutate you a little bit? Yeah, I think that looks kind of mutated. So this is a very empty spot here at the moment. So I think we should create one more crater here. Oh, the grilled fish. Crafty Crazy. Nice idea. Yes. Yes, 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 because the grilled fish is actually in the perfect position for that. From a perspective. Let's make this bigger. True. Yeah, that works perfect. And I think it should be, so there should be one greeting the players. And let's colorize it so to make sure that it is green. I want them to give it a different color. So that's kind of a bluish one. Darker, lighter, darker, darker, and transparent. Yes. Okay. And it's being followed by a second fish. From a perspective. Yeah. Okie dokie. I think we can add much more rock and rubble. That well, okay. Sure, why not? Oops. I'm wondering what would happen if I make you quite big. Very transparent. Because I think, if you think about that, what really kind of creates the creep in water situations is basically, it's the things in the shadows. When you go diving, you're not really scared of the things that you see in detail. It's the things that are getting lost because of the depth. Those shadows are the creepy shadows. Like, for example, if I would go and place this fish here, like a giant fish, and I would be like, hello, dead fish. And I would be like, oh, that's a big giant fish. No one's really creeped out by that. But if I make that fish dark, and put it at the back like this, then your players would be like, oh no, there's a dark shadow at the back. Right, exactly, the fear of the unknown. So I think what we can do is we can emphasize on that a little bit by just adding those, and I'm not sure if we, yeah, something like that. It must be very, very, very soft just to create more. That's probably a bit too soft. Ah. What do you think? Can I zoom in a little bit so you can see better? Oh, I think this is a perfect time to save my map because I've just crashed WebGL. If that ever happens to you, especially when you're working for a whole day on maps, even if WebGL crashed, you can still save the data model. So just save the map and press reload and everything's fine. Try darkening your soil ground color. So you mean not just the water, but the soil going down as well. Yes, I agree. That would be good. So what you're saying is, although keep in mind, my players will never see that. They will never see it. We're doing it now for us. Because of the way that Fog of War works, is they're only seeing the room they're in. This is the room they're in. That means that whatever is happening outside here is just for me. That's just for me and for you. Or if you print the map, of course, then they would see everything. But if you're playing it like me with the Dungeon Fog Fog of War viewers, they will only see the room within the line of sight, but the line of sight is blocked by the walls, so whatever's happening outside here is not going to be visible for them. I got so scared when that happened to me the other day, Wordigo. Yes, I know. It's a browser-based rendering tool, which means that at some point your browser just runs full and WebGL can't work anymore. And then that might happen, WebGL crashes on you. Just press save, reload, and you're fine. So, but we're doing it for us. And that means that we can probably now ignore the room. Can I hide the room? I don't think so. Yes, I can. Pooh, goodbye. 50%. I want to get all of it. Oh, so close. Okay, let's go 40%. So what we're going to do is we are going to pick our color, dark, but it's so. Oops. No, I didn't want to do that. Big brush, black, and let's do this. Okay. But of course, this has only a very low opacity. And also, I think because we're working so big, I think we should try to at least remove a little bit of the unnecessary pixel information or vector information. So that's fine. And I'm going to regret that in a minute. I already know that. So if I duplicate that, yes. No, we don't want to edit it. No. I want a second brush, round, and low opacity, and I'm going to layer it like that. Finish, and like that. Whoop. And now let's see how that looks with the room active. Much better. However, inner wall thickness 1. So let's reduce that, and we need to make the inner wall darker. Okay, I need to zoom in now for that. Oh, it's not the inner wall, is it? It's the outer wall. I'm stupid. Yeah, that works better. Okay. So Lassus is asking why the brush is behind. Well, the reason for that is we've already have darkening brushes in the water. We now wanted to darken the soil as well. If I would put them above everything, they would additionally darken this area, which we can do, of course, but I think we should achieve that through lighting. So what we're now going to do is we're going to go, again, scale to fit. Let's have a look at that. I already added light sources, and now we need to figure out if I need to change them. So as you can see, by the way, this is how it would look at full lighting. This is how it would look without any light sources applied, without any. So if I click hide all lights, this is actually how the map would look. We've been working with the lights on all the time. I completely forgot to show you that. So if we activate the light, stage light is, well, the stage light is affecting my dirt. Again, it's for my players, it's not going to be interesting. But that is a nice effect here. Don't get me wrong. Also, I think I can turn off block lighting for the for my water. So now it is shining on the dark rock. It already looks much better just by turning down the light. Now let's see if we can find the right balance to get this right for my players. For us, as we are looking at that, we're all like, oh, this is amazing, so dark and creepy and beautiful and cool. But my players will be like, I don't see shit there. And then I'm like, then I'm disappointed because I want them to sit there and say, oh. And I don't want any critique on the map. So I always try to, I mean, you know, I think you get me. If you're presenting such a cool map, all you want to hear is astonished, like you want to see astonished faces. You don't want to have that one person saying, but it's a bit dark. And then you're like, fuck off. So this is too dark for my players. And now we need to find a way. Either, which I think is working, is we turn up the light here and leave it dark here, which already creates a kind of claustrophobic look. Or we make it dark here as well, but then we need to work with the light sources because that is definitely too dark. So I would then need to find my light sources, which I have no idea where they are. Here, there's one. We're going to pull them at the top. Otherwise, I will be... No, you know what? We are going to pull them at the top. after we have added them into a folder that we're calling light. Where's Waldo? Where's Till? Oh my god. You know, there is a Till prop. A dead Till, actually. There's a dead Till that you can always place on your maps. Come on, go down, go down. It's not liking me. So there's one light source, there's one light source. I'm pretty sure I have more. I can hardly believe that I just had 2 light sources on this map. There must be another one. Here, somewhere here is another one. I don't know where. Where are you? There you are. Got you. Okay. So let's say that we only have one. That is very, that has a, okay, come down here. I wonder if we can, yeah, I think we can do something like this. But why do I not see you? That's not the problem. It's very bright. It has a wide range. It has a width of 180 degrees. But why are not lighting? Oh, yeah, because I've deactivated you. Stupid me. Hi, Peter. And maybe it shouldn't be that brightish green. I don't know. I think it could be more something like that. So what if your range is 30? Okay. Okay, let's assume I think it works. I think it looks quite good. It's creating. I think this the smoke probably needs to be adjusted a little bit now. I think the smoke also needs to be less greenish, more like that. It's nuances. I need to figure out how can I create the right balance. 26. Between having a light area and the descent into the dark area. with my players not complaining that it's too dark for them when I project the map. So I will duplicate my light source, not because I really want to duplicate it. We're going to deactivate one. And now let's see what happens if I would create a width of wrong direction. Yeah, smart too. Okay. Oh, 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 oh. I like that. That's a completely different way of approaching it. And I think quite a good one too. So let's say that's not 60, but that is it's going to be a little bit tricky. I think we can make it, but no, where are you now? Oh, I've dragged you out, so you are now probably on. Where are you now? My dear light, where have you gone? There you are. So which means you're on the stage now. Well, that's fine. I don't care. You can be on the stage. I would have to drag that quite far away. And I'm not sure if I can. Do I have an offset? No, I don't. Direction, range, mask, back, forth, left, right, which would be back 200%. I don't know what's happening now. Okay, yeah, 1000%. Oh, okay, it can only go 999%, but that's fine. I might break this now. Well, but you should only be going here. Unfortunately, that light is not working that way. Where are you now? Here. So that we need to get rid of. %. Just a little bit. I need more light so my players can see. Breaking it only says right. There's no real breaking, it's just looking for improvements. Well, unfortunately, I really liked it like that. Okay, so I do like it. So we're turning that one on again to add some more light to the depths here. But it has to be much less. No. No, that's not working. It's only if you have those light rays, it's basically it's really just working with It's really just working with almost absolute darkness. Otherwise, it looks weird. Otherwise, it's not working. So I'm going to save the map like that. We can play with that a little bit more if we have the fish kind of swimming in and out of the light here. And the fish swarm should be here. Okay. I agree. I think it kind of it plays very well with the concept of those gears, and only between the gears the light comes down. And I'm not sure. I have to sleep over this map. I have to sleep one night, look at it, and then I'm really torn between the two approaches. The one was that one where we said, okay, let's have this kind of lighting. I think I changed it though. I think it was right. And there might be, the trick might be that we're using this lighting to create the general visibility for the players, because as you look, it has all the depth that we need. It's just, it's not emphasizing on this bits and pieces. Thank you. PN Matma, you are now blocked. Help relying for death. Yes, agree. So I think what I can do is I can go for this one, and I can increase opacity a little bit. So now we also have those darker areas. I don't know. I really don't know. I will not do any of those. I will return now to our, because that worked amazing. Let's leave it like that, and we will decide tomorrow. Guys, it was a long day, so I'm more than impressed. Oh no, wait. I wanted to do a closing, but I forgot something important. And if I'm not doing it tonight, I will never do it. Which is, we have glowing crabs, and we need glow for them. Collections, 3 feet. I'm not sure what that does. Yes, that works. And I think that was it. Yes, okay. So now we have the glowing crabs too. And actually, that kind of solves the problem. Flip one of this upside down, the light will be from above, and then... Oh, clever. Nice, I like it. So those light sources, I was very fast with them. I'm going to... I think they can be... Yeah, something like that. Okay, I'm going to change them quickly. Come on, where's my... There you are. I can't. Okay. No, not like that. This was the right one, and you're going to go away. You're going to go away. You are going to go away. You are going to go away. You too, and you too. So we can now grab this one, place it here, make it slightly bigger because the crab is a little bit bigger. And here, and here, that one can be a smaller one again. And here, that can be a little bit bigger. I don't know why I'm rotating them. They're circular, but it feels right. Okay, that looks much better and is kind of intriguing to pull my players down. And you said I should move the fish, which I'm trying to grab here, down into the murky area. Something like that. We have a lot of stuff going on there. Let's put it here. Yeah, it's terrible. It's all the times. Like when you watch my streams, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm tired. I go to, oh no, wait, I need to finish this now. Yeah, it's. I'm quite happy with it now. I would have never seen that coming. That nice, guys. Thanks for all the great advice. Thank you for staying with me. It has been a lot of fun creating the map. I think it looks cool. I'm kind of getting warm with those lights and the darkness, because now that I have my crabs down here glowing, they're kind of attracting the players. They're pulling them down. I'm still not sure. I will have to test it on my setup in the gaming room. I have to check how the projector is in terms of lighting strength. But if it works, it works. And worse for wear, if it's not working, all I'm going to do is I'm going to ramp up. I'm going to leave that as dark as it is, probably a little bit, just so that we can see the texture. And then I'm going to give that to my players, although I feel like making it, what was it, 20%, right? It was 20 and 5. It works too. We will see. Now that I played around with it, I need to change it. 10 and 30. Okay. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening. As always. So next week, I wasn't able to do this week's Tuesday stream, the community stream, because unfortunately my daughter had a school event, and that took much longer than I expected. It went into the evening. So I'm going to catch up next week on Tuesday. I'm going to do a summary of what has happened and what we're working on. So if you want to know what is happening at the moment at DGNFOG, hopefully I will have something to preview when it comes to the Paths tool. I can show you some stuff then on Tuesday. Otherwise, one last reminder, don't forget to, I need to point here, don't forget to join us next Thursday for the Map Battle Madness, where Guy and I will be fighting over who's the better map maker. If you don't know what this is about, if you have joined later, I will post the link once more. There you can find all the information. It's going to be Thursday, 6 p.m. UTC next week, so September 23rd. And I think it's going to be hilarious. It's either we're completely failing both the achievements, or our amazing tech setup is failing, or Guy is failing because I'm so awesome with map making. Either way, I think you're going to have a lot of fun watching it. So Oh, Lord God is like, Paths tool? Yes. Join us on Tuesday. We're working on a new tool for DGNFOG, which is, I think, mind-blowingly cool. It's not finished, it's still in the progress, but we have some first prototypes that we're experimenting with, and Andy's making quite good progress. And I think I can show you some of that next Tuesday. So keep a lookout for that. See you all hopefully next week. I say thank you very much and happy map making. Bye.